it's been generally accepted for a long time. Maybe less so now because there's general societal breakdown.
Yeah.
But
the general
the
societal
family
breakdown.
unit,
Yeah.
the basis upon which a lot of people create a family is marriage.
Yeah,
Two
but
people meet, they get married, they have children.
No, that used to be what it was. Now it's like the basis is two people committing to each other and going de facto.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily
So-
think that's a good development.
Welcome to Unserious, where we unpack the biggest issues, smallest controversies, and most terminally online debates, from our most embarrassing work stuff-ups to why no one's getting married anymore. I'm Liz Burke, and I've got news.com.au's Mary Madigan and News 24's Caleb Bond with me. Welcome,
Hello.
guys.
Hi. Should I tell you about my embarrassing work thing?
I think you should.
Okay, so this is like a separate workplace, so it doesn't even involve news.com.au.
This was going to be my first question. So we got onto this because we were talking about some podcast segments that we had particularly enjoyed. And shout out to the Shameless Girlies. We love them.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, they spoke about a viral clip last week that prompted a discussion about mistakes at work. Had some very amusing examples, but it prompted you to reveal a confession. And I wanted to know if this was our workplace and under whose watch did this mistake
It was
get made?
no. So I got into work and I work on Carl Sanderland's Live, right? I got in really early and I was like, oh my gosh, like my chair's gone. You know, like where I sit when I'm on. And I was like, this is quite the scandal because like I really need this chair ASAP.
So you have already decided which chair is yours?
No, I just needed a chair under the table and it needs to be a certain chair so it's high enough.
Yeah,
Right.
right. So
Not-
you've been allocated a chair.
Yeah,
And it was missing.
It was missing. and
Have
I
you
was,
put your name on it?
No, I hadn't
Well,
thought of
first problem.
that. First problem.
You got to write Mary in big bold font on the
But
back
I
of
was
the
That's
chair.
a bold move at a new workplace.
Yeah, that sounds like something an unhinged person would do.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
So I was like, oh, and I was worried because, we've got to go on air at a certain time. So it's, and I thought, if I can't find this chair, I'm going to have to stand for hours. Like, I was really falling apart.
But like
mentally.
kind of squat because you need to be at a certain level.
And I was like, this is going to be silly. So I was like, anyway, and I like really interrupted other people to help me find the chair because I was like, guys, this is a timely scandal. And people were like, the audio guy left his job and he was like, okay, like this is more important. But it was becoming desperate. And anyway, and I was like, in a real flap about it.
Are there
And
literally
then-
no other chairs in this joint?
Yeah, but it's the height
It's a
situation.
special
Right,
chair.
right,
It's
right.
the height.
Okay.
It's not.
So it's
there are
Mary's
heaps of
special high
chairs.
chair.
So I'm looking. Anyway, so it's all happening, right? And then finally, someone finds like a workaround chair. Like maybe you can use this, and I drag the chair into the studio.
You've propped it up on
and
the...
I go to put it under the desk, and it hits something, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
and it was my chair. I'd like just tucked it, and it fit under the desk so much that I didn't see it.
You
And then-
idiot!
Yeah, I know. It's also like a humiliating thing to do in a new workplace.
So humiliating.
And then I had these two. So then I didn't want to tell anyone because I was
Yeah, did you just
embarrassed.
pretend that it
So I
didn't
just
happen?
shoved the other chair like to the
No.
back.
Oh my God.
And
So so these poor people whose morning you have disrupted,
Yes.
telling them that your chair has been
Yes,
stolen,
yes.
when you found the evidence that you were at fault, you wouldn't tell them the truth.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, that's so
Also,
embarrassing.
that he
I'm
had
embarrassed
felt-
for you.
He felt good because he helped me, and I don't want to take that away from him. I just needed time. I needed time to sit with it. And now I feel comfortable sharing my truth.
About a chair.
Yes. But you can see that that's an embarrassing mistake.
Yeah. Do you have an
It's fun.
equally as dumb or humiliating workplace?
No, nothing really
Issue?
on that level. I don't think I've ever managed to lose my own chair and
No.
then accuse someone else of stealing it.
I've also accidentally accused someone of having syphilis, but this was...
What?
That's
yeah,
unique.
At a different workplace. But it was a classic case of I was doing... And it's about... Can I say who it is, but then can we beep it?
Go ahead.
It was...
What?
So what happened was I was working at BNT at the time, like a small media publication, and he'd done something, and my job was just to it was that point where you used to embed tweets.
Yeah.
And my job was just to embed tweets. You know what I mean? But obviously,
Not a job, but sure.
no, it was a job. I did the article and then I embedded,
Made up job.
Yeah.
embedded the tweets, right? And then
Yeah.
look, also the end of my job was to finish reading the tweets, and I just thought I got the gist, and off I went, right? And then my editor at the time was like, "Why on earth is old mates PR ringing me?" I think it was his manager, was ringing and abusing me when I'm at my daughter's netball game at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And then he rings me and he's like, "Why have you said has syphilis?" And I was like, I definitely would not say that he has syphilis. Like, I never would have said he had syphilis. And then him and I were like, where did this come? Anyway, then we go back to the article and it was like a tweet being like, I really, it was quite a normal argument.
Yeah.
Like, I really disagree with what he said on this. And at the end it goes, and he has syphilis. And I hadn't read the syphilis. You see what I'm saying? And so
What?
So,
It's too much to ask.
so I had skimmed and been like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Pop that in.
And then you were just like, yeah, I'm just going to take some dickhead on social media and republish his unfounded claims.
It was a different time, but I didn't know about the syphilis.
It was a different time.
I wouldn't have.
Defamation law didn't exist
I
back
wouldn't
then.
have published the syphilis allegation.
Yeah.
And then
But you did.
I know, and then my editor, who was very sweet at the time, he was like, he didn't have any context, but like the guy was very mad, and he was like,
Well,
what kind
yes, you would
I
be.
know, but he was like, what kind of jerk? And he like defended me to the death. Like he was like, you fuck off. Like I look forward to seeing you in court to defend syphilis claims. Like he went really hard.
Oh my goodness.
And then he read the article, and he was like, Mary, we have really fucked up. But
you're the problem.
we just deleted the we just unvetted the tweet. Nothing further has come of it. It's been a couple of years. I'm feeling comfortable.
No one's brought it up until today.
But that was quite a career low. And I have seen
So
him.
now we know about your fact checking.
I've seen him around, and I'm like, I wonder if he knows that I'm syphilis gay.
I don't think he's given it another thought since. It probably never even made it to him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But in my mind,
it's
we
more like
have
the manager
Wow.
or the publicist is looking out for it.
We have beef.
It is easy to embed the wrong thing. I made a
Thank
mistake
you.
about, I don't
Thank
know,
you.
this is like more than 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, working on a website. And it was not updated over the weekend. So on Friday afternoon, you'd get all of your things on the homepage.
See, this is a different time.
Exactly. You'd get all your stories on the homepage. You'd go, yep, that looks great. See you again on Monday morning. Also that Friday afternoon, I had received, I think in my emails, an alert that there was a Sass and Bide sale on the weekend. And I was like, great, I'm going to pop on and see what I can find. And then what I didn't realise until Monday morning is that I had put in the splash position, like where you put the main story, instead of the URL link to what was actually meant to be the main story, the link to the sale.
Oh. Well, I'm sure Sass and Bard was quite happy with that.
They had record traffic that week.
Fantastic.
Yes. Did anyone find out?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I didn't hear about it until the Monday, but the the editor of the site alerted it to me pretty quickly and was like, do you know what you've done? But
And,
yeah.
and this is when
Were
you
they
tell
nice
us that
about it?
you got kickbacks
Well,
for this.
it was Kerry Warren and we're still on speaking terms. So,
She would have found it funny though.
yeah.
So, but did you get kickbacks from Sass and Bard? Like,
Absolutely
come on,
not. I don't know if they noticed
Great
like where the
commercial
extra traffic
opportunity
was
here.
coming from.
It's not accusing someone of having syphilis. Back when I worked in like suburban papers,
You made a mistake.
and I there was one week because you work to a weekly deadline. Paper comes out
yeah.
weekly, and we'd got to the end of the week, and we've done like a stock take of all the stories, and I've realised that a story I was meant to book a picture for, I had not booked a picture for, and I had to fess up that I'd not booked
This
it.
is
Yeah.
honestly
Because-
not that bad.
Did you
No,
draw
well-
a picture?
No, I didn't draw a picture. But the problem was that all the other pictures that had been taken through the week were pretty average,
Yeah.
and we were like really hard up for something to put on the front, and this was probably going to be it. And
This
I
was the
hadn't
front
booked-
page.
I hadn't booked it.
Oh,
So
that's not a salacious
that
story.
was-
Have you
No,
done anything
it's-
else with the other mistakes? That was
what-
boring.
what's
I've been feeling bad about it ever since.
What sort of salacious stuff do you think I,
I
do
want
in
like
the
an
workplace?
embarrassing mistake.
I don't think I've made one that bad. I've not accused anyone of having syphilis.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, there's
one of
still
my
time.
best.
I don't think anyone's received a legal letter from any work that I've done.
Well, now they just send them on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's
As
the
in they
problem.
write
They
them
write them
Yeah.
on
themselves.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Did you see this, by the way, did you see this story yesterday? I think it was in the Financial Review
Mm.
about this guy who has won a case at Fair Work against, I forget the name of the university he works for,
Mm.
entirely by using AI. He did
Mm.
his entire case on AI and won it.
And he admitted to that.
Yep.
Quite proud of it.
I think
by
he's the
sounds
first
of it.
person who's won a case entirely with the use. No lawyers.
Wow, congrats.
He just did the whole thing through chatbots.
I'm in like a bit of a think mode where I like to diagnose myself with diseases via ChatGPT.
Yeah, but people have been
That's
doing
handy.
that forever with Google.
Yeah,
right?
no, but it's just like a bit more personal.
yeah,
Yeah, and the chatbot's like a bit more sympathetic.
Yeah, it's very worried.
But
Yeah.
then when you tell the chatbot that it's wrong, like I don't have syphilis, and then the chatbot says you're right to push back on that. Is that how it works?
Yeah, but
Like, that's the sort of
and then I
obsequious
present
language
my
that-
ChatGPT findings to my GP, and he's always like,
And he's like,
"This is
you're
going to be
a,
a long bulk bill session again."
so you are an idiot, Mary.
He's like, "I think what you should do is listen to my medical advice."
I once went to a GP because of something that I had been, well, not even I had been told, that a colleague had been told that appeared to be about me. And
like you like
a psychic had told my colleague,
Oh no!
had described me and said,
That you got
this
some
person who is
disease.
very close to you is going to have a problem with her ovaries. And so I was like, okay, lol. And then everyone else at this workplace was like, no, she is the real deal. You have to go. You have to go to the doctor and get this checked out. So I had to rock up to the doctor and explain, like, not even has a psychic told me this. A psychic has told someone else and given a description that matches me and told them that I have to be here. And they were just like, get out of my office.
It's also very
Fair
funny
enough.
because you're like such a practical woman.
I
and
know.
You've like been reduced to like.
I know. And she was like, well, look, I mean, I can examine you, but there is absolutely no reason to. And so she just kind of did like a cursory, like, do you have these symptoms or whatever? And I was like, no, I'm fine. She's like, well, you can go and get an ultrasound if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Wow.
But, you know, the psychic said.
First question when you go to the doctor now, have you talked to a psychic recently? Yes, get out!
Have any of your friends talked to a psychic
oh my
recently?
God.
But it's like when people say they have a dream about you and you died in the dream.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm like, keep it to yourself.
You just don't want to know.
Nah, because I think
No.
it's like a what's it called, like a foreshadowing.
Yeah. And other people's dreams are so boring anyway.
Yeah.
So-
I do like when they involve me.
So how many times has someone told you that you have died in their dream?
Like 4 times.
And have you died yet?
No, but I don't like. I feel like I don't think it's good to put out in the universe.
All different people?
Yes.
That's odd.
You see, but I also think it's because I like to think I leave a lasting impact, so I infiltrate people's
No,
thoughts.
I
Well-
think you should see a doctor
No.
about it.
I hate to break it to you, Mary, but you're going to die one day.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
Oh.
but...
You're not getting the vibe.
All right. Well, let's move on to something a bit
Yeah,
more
this bloody
light, I think.
psychics and dreams. Oh my God,
Oh my
seriously?
A lot
God.
of partnerships have fallen apart because people aren't into the woo-woo. So.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
well, no woo-woo here, thanks.
Look, we had the Logies on Sunday night, which I was very excited about. Caleb famously hates the Logies Bond.
Because remember, so like, I don't know when it was, a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the Logies was happening, and I got very excited.
We
Yeah.
talked. That's right. And we talked about
Yeah.
how they'd announced. I think it was the nominees or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then having had that discussion, I completely forgot about it, and I was really surprised on Friday to read stories that the Logies were on this weekend.
Yeah,
I was
because
like,
you famously
oh,
don't
God,
care.
I
Yeah,
forgot.
you get angry about the Logies.
But did anyone else remember until like
Yeah.
Sunday night?
Yeah, I remembered. I actually felt a bit sorry for Robert Irwin because clearly, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to take a big swing here. Clearly, someone wrote all the jokes for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he's not. His thing isn't that he's a funny guy. His thing
No.
is that he's a
Yes,
nice
yes,
guy
yes.
that's good with reptiles.
Indeed,
Like,
and I forget her name, but I
thought he
did. I
did
saw
really
a photo
well.
of them together.
do you think he did
Yeah,
really well?
I thought it was great.
Oh, you and my mum. I just think my mum's like, he's just such a nice boy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, Mum, he's not doing a good job.
Yeah.
I think he's pleasant. Don't get me wrong. But I think in my head, if you host the Logies, you need to be funny.
Yeah.
And he's not funny. And that was the problem. Like, he was reading these jokes. Like, he had some joke about Karl Stevic-Novic, which was like, oh, we've got a chair for Karl Stevic-Novic, but it's in the far, far right of the room.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
And I was like, it's just
Lame.
Whereas, like, if Sam Payne gets up there, he's very funny. Like,
Yeah.
he can take the joke a bit further.
But he can actually take the piss out of someone, and it's funny.
I just think
not
it's-
like ho ho on the far
It's
right.
so awkward listening to Robert try and be not controversial,
Yeah.
but like a bit edgy.
Yeah.
When he is the least edgy man in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to have, I mean, when you're doing that opening monologue, though, you have to have some jokes. You have to take a crack at people. And there was always going to be a Karl Stefanovic joke, right?
Yeah.
But then when he came out with this, it's absolutely gotten some people into a tiz. There were a lot of comments saying, you know, like, keep out of it. Like, this is woke, blah, blah, blah. Caleb, have any of your far-right friends found this to be particularly insulting and woke?
I don't have any friends on the far right. I don't know what you're talking about.
Normal right?
I couldn't give a toss,
Medium.
Yeah.
to be perfectly
Medium right.
perfectly
Yeah.
honest. I think the problem is, you've identified it, is it like it's being delivered by someone who's not particularly funny. It falls flat, and it's also just such an obvious thing to say. Like, oh yeah, Carl's gone to the far right. Like, okay, can we? What's the joke? Like,
Yeah.
it's just lame. It's not funny.
I think it would be more funny if you were like, you know, oh, Karl Stevic-Novic can't afford to be here tonight because he couldn't afford the ticket price.
Yeah.
You know, something
Yeah.
like that. Like, I mean, that's not the best joke in the world.
No, but like this
I stand
surely
by
there's
it.
something. But,
No,
but
you
this
should
is,
pitch it to Robert.
But,
Yeah.
I think this is the problem. Like, it's indicative of just the Logies in general, but also a lot of awards nights things.
I
now.
enjoy the Logies because I know everyone that's there.
Yeah, I
Right.
loved it.
Yeah, like
I
not. I
stayed
don't
up
maybe-
super
and
late
ma-
and watched the whole thing,
and maybe
surprising
it still
myself.
works to some degree from that angle. But it's just like it's all become a bit of a joke and a bit low rent. And so, of course, the jokes are going to be equally low rent, and so's the entertainment.
I just think that you need a funny person to host the Logies. And I think Robert did a good job for Robert, but I would have I love when there's a comedian up there that does jokes that we talk about the next day.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, that was interesting, or was that too far, or like, how did we feel about that? Like when Ricky Gervais used to host the Golden Globes, even if you didn't like what he did, I feel like we would talk about it the next day.
And I think
right?
Sam Pang was equally good at doing that for the Logies.
He was great
right?
and funny, and I think also really towed the line in the sense that I never felt that Sam Pang was mean-spirited. I thought it was all in good fun. And I think the problem with Robert's jokes were just that they were a little bit like low-hanging fruit, but that was just because those were the only ones I think they probably felt he could fairly tell.
Yeah.
You can't he's not an edgy guy that makes edgy commentary.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were many jokes that put in front of him that he was like, I can't.
No. Or Terry was just like, no.
Terry was in the background being like, first of all saying no,
with
and
a
then
red pen.
again denying any kind of relationship with Russell Crowe.
And inviting anyone who wanted to disagree with her to a cage fight.
But also, it's like, because Ricky Gervais always used to joke about, leave your politics out of this. Get up, thank your mum, thank your dog, and then piss off. We're just here to talk about entertainment. And surely they knew that by writing a joke in about the far right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, just leave the politics out of it.
People are a bit humorless at the moment.
Yeah. Look, I am actually trying to steer us somewhere. So Ricky Gervais, who we've already discussed, has announced that he's getting married, but instead of celebrating, he appears to be lamenting the development. So if you have followed his romance with his partner Jane, this wouldn't be a surprise. They've been together for more than 40 years. He's talked about a number of times how he's not interested in getting married. He, I guess, doesn't believe in it. He just doesn't think marriage is necessary. So he hasn't changed this stance, but he said that they're likely going to get married in the coming years for tax purposes, specifically to gain an exemption from inheritance tax. How do we feel about this?
What do you think?
Well, I suppose that's within the rules, so go for your life. But I think
would you get married for tax purposes?
I think it's quite fair that there would be special rules for married people versus unmarried people, because it's there to encourage the institution of marriage.
No.
And I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
Do we need tax incentive? But why are we encouraging the institution of marriage?
He's obsessed with it, despite the fact.
Yeah, that's true.
What should we discourage marriage?
I don't think we should discourage it.
Do we need tax incentives?
I don't think we should. I mean, I also think there's this idea that like a marriage is somehow more valid than a de facto relationship, but I think that that's incorrect in modern times.
Well, that's because you get prizes.
Well, you do get prizes. But I mean,
gifts.
my parents were together for over 30 years and they were de facto. They never got married.
Well, you do you. I don't care.
No, but I think their relationship was just as valid and important as like my aunt who's been married to her husband for 30 years.
Sure, but
it's just a piece of paper. I think if you're not religious, I understand why you might not bother getting married.
But I think there's something important and valuable, even if you're not religious, about the symbolism of officiating over your love, and
but I don't think you should have to get a benefit. Like I think if, for instance, if you met a lovely 45-year-old divorcee, which we all know is who you'll end up marrying, and you wanted to get married, and that's really important to you, like I think that's great and beautiful. And obviously, as you've said, I'll be at the wedding, Liz and I'll be there. Yep. And I'd be super happy for you in that relationship. But do I think you should get a tax break for it? No.
Why not?
Because I don't think that there are people. Because I think there are people that meet each other and they have a great, loving relationship, move in together, have a life together, and are just as happy. And that relationship should be just as acknowledged and just as tax braked.
I think the reason that you offer a tax break for marriages is because it is an important societal institution.
Why?
And particularly for the raising of children. And the more that you can encourage people to commit to their love and keep it together, the better it is for society.
I don't want to bring this up, and it's going to be tough for you, but I am a bastard.
Oh.
Okay.
My parents aren't married.
That's fine.
So what does that do you feel? What do you think that's affected me?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
No, but like I just see. I think this is the thing. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I'm just countering your argument by my existence.
Okay. we have one person.
Proof. Yeah. It is. I do find it unusual, I guess, that a love thing is so, like a love commitment is so conflated with tax. It's a bit odd.
Well, no, I think it's just that it's been generally accepted for a long time. Maybe less so now because there's general societal breakdown.
Yeah.
But the family,
the general
the
societal
family
breakdown.
unit,
Yeah.
the
downward
family
spiral.
unit is an important thing and has played an important role in the building of Western society.
Yeah, but I don't think marriage has anything to do with the family unit.
What do you mean it's got nothing to do with the family
I
unit?
think you can
What
give
the basis upon which a lot of people create a family is marriage.
Yeah,
Two
but
people meet, they get married, they have children.
No, that used to be what it was. Now it's like the basis is two people committing to each other and going de facto.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily
So-
think that's a good development.
But why? Like, what is the difference? I think if you're religious, I think it makes complete sense. But if you're not, I can see why you might take or leave it.
Because I think there is general value to a relationship and to society in two people committing to that relationship beyond just, okay, we're in a relationship now. I think there is real value in the marriage.
But the divorce
in
rate's
officially
quite high.
sure, but in officially committing to that relationship. I think that's a valuable thing. And it's a celebration of love, and I think that's a wonderful thing as well.
I completely agree with you, Caleb, but I just think it's really kind of strange that these two commitments always basically happen at the exact same time. Like when you're proposing to someone, you say, "Oh my goodness, I love you so much. I can't imagine my life without you. Would you like to merge all our assets and become eligible for different tax breaks and things like that?" I don't think people think about it that much, but really that's kind of what's happening. You make this very public commitment about your relationship and your love for each other and your commitment to a future, and you're also signing this contract that has all of these tax implications and other things. It's
Well, it's
just
a union.
you don't
Two officially become one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point, right?
yeah.
But then,
It's fine, but it's odd.
I mean, for instance, I know once you live together for a certain amount of time, you have to do your taxes together, and I guess sometimes that means you get some kind of tax break, depend on your income.
I think most stuff you kind of get anyway. If you're de facto.
Yeah, I think you do get a lot of those things.
Yeah, well, is it 2.5 or 3 years or something?
Yeah,
I just
well,
think-
all
But
mate's
then-
in the UK here, so I don't think we have these
But see, that's-
similar inheritance tax
No,
implications.
we don't. We thank God we don't have
Yeah.
inheritance
No,
tax
that
here.
would send Caleb over the
You
edge.
think-
He already thinks society is disintegrating.
Yeah, he'd
before
be
his
moving to
eyes.
Canada.
You can thank Sir Joe Bielke-Peterson for that one. The de facto thing.
Yeah.
I find it really odd that we designate that a de facto relationship basically has all the same rights of a marriage after whatever is it, 2 or 3 years, right?
It's 2 years.
Which
Yeah.
basically means that if you are in a relationship, you've lived together, but you haven't gone the whole hog and got married.
Yeah.
you
That
haven't
if you
decided.
split up, if one of you's got assets,
Yeah.
the other one can come and ask for half of it.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Now that is bullshit.
I'm obsessed with
But
that.
isn't
Absolute
this just another
bullshit.
one of your incentives to push people to decide to get married or not?
No, but if you're not willing to go that far, then
Yeah.
why does anyone have the right to
Then
the other
call it
person's
off.
assets?
It's giving you a
That's-
deadline.
Look,
But also, you're putting you're placing value on marriage, so you're assuming people that are not married are less committed. You know, I think Ricky Gervais and his partner are very, very committed to each other. They're obviously doing this
Yeah.
for tax reasons.
They're
but-
going, "Oh, I can't believe we
that
have
may
to
be
do
so,
this."
but it also it makes it much easier to split if and when that happens.
No,
Like
it
there is,
doesn't.
there's
Not at
no
this
there's
point.
no legal process you have to go through in order
Yeah,
to
but
break
it would,
up.
like for instance, if
Which
I
you
broke
do
up
if you've been
with my
married.
boyfriend now,
Yeah.
I mean, we own an apartment together, it would be just as messy, I think.
Well,
as if
sure,
we got
Yeah.
divorced.
because you own the asset. Is the asset in both of your names?
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
then,
So
you
once-
constructed
and
that
I often
situation, I suppose.
We often say like, you know, we own an apartment together. Like, it's as entwined as you can be. Like, once you put your name together for debt, you're like, okay, we're in it.
So do you want to get married?
I don't know. I want to be. This is going to upset you. I want to be engaged.
Yeah,
But
being
not
engaged is the
married.
best. Everyone is so nice to you.
Yeah, and then I don't really care further than that. But I
Right.
want to be able to come to work and be like, guys, and then I want everyone to make a big fuss.
So
Yeah.
what you're saying is there is value in it because people take it more seriously.
I always want to get attention, basically. It's
Yeah,
about
but people take it
narcissism.
more seriously.
But I can't be bothered
Because
planning
they're
a
like,
wedding.
oh, she's engaged. That's really lovely. You know,
Yes,
they're
I
in
want
love and they're
that.
committed
Yeah.
and yada yada.
But I-
So you're saying that there
then you don't need
is
the pressure of the
societal
day.
value in the concept.
Yeah, I think there is, but I'm saying for people that are in de facto relationships, it doesn't mean that they value their relationship less.
And no, it doesn't necessarily mean that they
And
do.
I think that
but,
we should
but
make a conscious effort to value it more. But yeah, I agree. Largely, that is
I
how
think it
people
does
feel.
actually add value.
But
Yeah.
I just want to get. I can't bother getting married. I don't want to organise it.
But this is also part of my issue with
There's a lot of admin
the
in
way
getting
things
married.
have
There's a
gone.
lot of admin.
But this is part of my issue as well, is that I think for some people, marriage has become not so much about the union and the
Yeah.
love. It's become about the big performance.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's not about the performance.
Have you ever said I love you, or have someone say I love you to you and not got the response that you were anticipating?
What, as in, like, it's the first time you've told someone you love them?
Yeah.
I have a theory about, you can tell me if I'm wrong about this. I think there's a lie that we're told, which is that women say it first, or like want to say it first. I think men say it quite quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think men love saying I love you.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
I don't
wonderful
think I would
feeling.
have been the first to say I love
No,
you.
because you have integrity.
Ever. Yeah, exactly.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I would never say it first either. Even if I
Why?
felt it, because it's embarrassing.
Why is it embarrassing?
I'm not going to say it first. Have you said it first? Well, you can say it first. You're a man. I think
Yes,
it's
but
fine.
what's embarrassing about
Has
it?
anyone not said it back? I want to follow up this question.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you've always said I
we
love you
don't-
back.
Like, you don't sort of wheel that out on the second date.
No, I've
No.
had a
Like,
guy say I love you, and
too.
I haven't said it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
How long had you been?
Like 2 months.
Oh.
I didn't love it back. His nickname at work was Cockroach because he never got fired.
I had a
I
very
thought that was going to go somewhere else much worse. But sorry, so 2 months in, had you kind of decided that it wasn't going anywhere, or that you were going to have a discussion about where it was going?
I just thought we were having
or
fun. I
like-
didn't think it was a serious relationship.
Okay, right.
And I thought
But
that
he
he didn't
obviously
think it was
had
a
a-
serious relationship.
And he had
Yeah.
a different impression.
But I also think he just said it because I think he probably thought that's what I wanted to hear.
yeah.
Right.
Does that make? I
Yeah.
don't think I was like the deep love of his life. I think
Right.
he probably thought that'll make her happy.
Yeah, and like, oh, it's probably time.
But
Yes.
you'd not actually had a discussion about like what was going on.
No, I don't have many. I've never had that many discussions in relationships. Isn't it just kind of evident? The vibe.
Just maybe there's some, but I don't
Do
think.
you sit
but there's-
people down and go, "We are in a relationship"?
it's not quite like that. But like you might just where do you think things are at? I don't know.
Oh,
Communication's never a bad thing.
I just torture men usually. I go,
that sounds like something you'd do.
yeah, I just say like, should I go on a date with this other person and see their reaction?
Great.
That's fucked.
No. Why? I think that's really funny. I think it's funny.
No, that's
challenging.
No, it's like
that's awful.
let me tell you, it separates the boys from the men. Let me tell you, because I'll be like,
It's a game of Survivor out
yeah.
here.
I'm like, you got to, yeah. I love doing that, and it's a trick I have taught friends, and they're like, "That's a good trick."
It's
Yeah.
not a good trick.
No,
it's
it's
on
a bit mean and
It is
manipulative.
awful.
manipulative,
Absolutely
or
awful.
a bit sexy and fun.
No, it is not sexy, unless of course the other person is into you seeing other people.
Yeah.
But that's not sexy.
So if
and
your
fun,
43-year-old lady friend was like, "I'm going to say."
there is no 43-year-old lady friend to be.
Sure.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, was like, I'm going to go on a date with a 59-year-old barrister. Would you not see this as your moment to like win her over?
No, I'd say go fuck yourself.
Really?
Oh, goodness me.
Yes.
You wouldn't even try and win her back.
Well, no.
You didn't like her in the first place.
If you're throwing that kind of thing around to begin with to get a rise out of someone
you do it
or to get a
you
reaction
do it
from
early
someone,
on. You don't do it like 6 months in. Like
Yeah.
you do it like in the early stages. See where it's going. Dumb straight men love it. It really works for their brains.
well, that's obviously why it wouldn't work on me. But you could just like the dumb bit to
You're
be perfectly clear.
You're too sensitive.
But
for
like,
the thing.
but if you wanted to have that, I know what you're trying to do.
The hottest thing
So
a man.
would you not then say, like, are we exclusive? Like, can we go exclusive?
No, I'd rather say.
You'd rather say, should I go and shag another man?
No, I'm not saying I'm going to have sex with
Or
them.
just date?
Yeah.
That's
Just
your
date.
situation.
Just date.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that makes it so much better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this guy's asked me
And you
out.
can
Should
just
I
say no.
Should I say yes or no? And
Right.
it gives them the ballpark to be like, oh, like, I don't want you to do that. And you're like, well, why? And then they have to articulate their feelings. And you're like,
Right.
So you don't just ask someone, like, do you like me very much? You have to give them an in.
I give them like I set the
I feel like
stage.
this is too much work to begin with. Just be upfront.
Well, that's why you're not dating Mary.
I think a lot of like my issues
one of the
is-
primary reasons.
one of the primary reasons. But I think a lot of my issues stem from the fact that my best friend, since I was 13, is a gay man, and so we just replicate each other, and he's just gay men are kind of mean to each other sometimes, and I feel like I've just taken that. To
So you've
straight
just
men.
decided that you should adopt gay
Yeah,
toxicity
well, no, I'm following his advice.
and introduce this.
I'm just
to
always
your-
following his advice.
Keep on guessing.
I'm not sure about
I think try it on one of your elderly lady friends and report back.
We do have one more story that we need to talk about because Caleb, you are quite keen to get into the yarn that just won't die. The bloody melons. When are we going to
Melons.
stop talking about the melons?
Melons. Well, no.
And don't say you want to stop talking about it because you brought it up.
You're desperate to be talking about it.
The Prime Minister's mentioned it again today because
Yeah.
we've got the Japanese foreign minister is now in town. So once again, it's come up. What I don't understand is why the Prime Minister has dug his heels in so hard on this one.
So just to recap, this is a podcast from weeks and weeks and weeks ago. We spoke about it at the time. Yeah. We spoke about it at the time, and the focus at the time was very much on the shag, marry, date game that he played, and he said that he agreed that he would do all three with Kylie Minogue. Yes. But then the more, I guess, controversial question or comment was around the melons that were a gift from the Japanese Prime Minister.
Yeah, which has come back up.
Which you flagged at the time.
Yeah. And
what did he say again?
So Nikki Osborne, Bush Barbie, they're having a discussion about these melons that the Japanese Prime Minister had brought in as a gift. They're crown melons, which is like a prized thing in Japan.
Yeah.
And so he's saying, the Japanese PM brought a melon, and Nikki Osborne says something about, how did she get them in? Did she smuggle them in?
Yeah. So did she bring two? And it was
like,
she brought
did
two
she stick them up her top? And it's like, did she bring a couple of melons? No, she didn't say that. But she did the gesture first, right? In front of her chest, as if to say she smuggled them in this way. And then the Prime Minister does the same gesture and says, she brought a couple of melons, as you do. And then Bush Barbie says something about, she came in looking like Pamela Anderson. And the Prime Minister went, ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
So at
went
no
along
point,
with it.
Like, it was obviously sexual innuendo. At no point did the Prime Minister, say, look, that's not what I'm trying to say. He even, you're pulling these ones. Like, come on, we know what's going on here, fella.
I just think this is an example of why Prime Ministers shouldn't do comedy podcasts.
Yeah.
Because
but also, it was just silly. It was a silly thing to go along with.
Yeah.
But I don't think he meant it.
But what, he didn't mean...
Like...
the Prime Minister's melons?
Yeah. No, I know, but you know what I mean? Like, I think he was just trying to... I think you got caught in that situation where he was trying to seem fun to Nikki.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was trying to be insulting.
Right. But here's the problem. The crime for me is not so much that he did it. Like, it was a bit insulting to a foreign PM. You shouldn't have done it. It's not the worst thing a Prime Minister's ever done, and it won't be the worst thing a Prime Minister ever does. But having been called on it, why does he just keep insisting that it had nothing to do with the Prime Minister's breasts?
It's much like the office chair. He's embarrassed.
I'm so big. You're it's public. Just say, I'm really sorry. I messed up. I'll call the Prime Minister and apologise. And it would have died weeks ago.
Yeah.
And instead we're still here talking about it.
I think he probably thought saying it was just, wasn't real would have killed the story first, right? Do you think?
No.
Well, because he would be getting...
It doesn't.
He'd be
never
getting...
does.
He'd be getting advice, though. It wouldn't just be Albo in a dream. Like, people would be telling him what to do.
Well, whoever's giving him advice is, not all there. Seriously. because it just creates days of headlines of Prime Minister denies that he did what you saw him do.
Yeah. But then he's arguing that no one cares. He's like, shut up. The Japanese people are all fine with it. Like, the Japanese Prime Minister is not offended. Move on. But then, and blaming the media for carrying on with it. But I think all our problem is like, mate, we saw it.
I know.
We were there.
It's like, come on. Like,
again,
I wasn't talking about her melons. Come on, man.
Don't go on a comedy podcast.
Yeah, I think even if the innuendo wasn't there, it's just very foolish to be calling out like a crap gift from a visiting Prime Minister.
Yeah, I know. It was
silly.
just wrong.
Also, I also just think it's just... I feel like he should be smart enough to know, even on that comedy podcast, to shut down that conversation and be like, well, I'm not going to say anything here. But I almost feel like it was like and I don't know how this happened because he'd be like one of the most media-trained people on earth. Yeah. But it's almost like he just forgot what was happening and he's just having fun with his Bush Barbie lady.
Yeah.
I don't know why that whole interview was such a fucking mess.
But you saw Nikki Osborne last week saying, literally it all came about because I followed the PM on Instagram. He followed me back and I sent him a DM and said, come on the podcast. He's like, yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
I
think that's pretty normal.
It was.
I feel like his DMs have been taken away from him now.
So the Prime Minister signed himself up for this.
Yeah, I think
it wasn't even
I think he was
an advisor
fan.
came and said, maybe
but I
you
think
should
that's the problem. He must have wanted to impress her or wanted her to be enjoying him. Like, when you look at that interview, you feel like he's trying to give her his best.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And
you're playing to the crowd.
And that shouldn't be what an interview with the Prime Minister is, to be honest. It needs to be with Lara Tingle.
Well, he'd forgotten Laura Tingle, I believe, is the
that's
name.
Her name, yes.
You take your political journalist seriously. But it's just say you got it wrong, man.
Yeah.
Like, it would have all disappeared.
Do you think?
But do we have to keep talking about it every day until he says that he got it wrong? Because
Yes.
it's been weeks.
Yeah, I think we do, actually.
Look how
Like,
happy he
we're just
is.
going to bully the man into finally admitting
Has
it.
his polls
very
gone up
Australian.
and down since the Melons have been going on for ages?
Oh, well, it only really hit the news again last week,
Okay,
so I
well,
don't think
update
there's been
us.
another
Do you
poll
think?
since
What's
then.
your prediction?
No, I don't think it seriously hurts the Prime Minister, but I think it just looks silly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it just man up and say, I was
just
wrong,
think as well-
and get on with it.
I'm sick of hearing about it because I feel like the main issue we're all facing is that we're all really stuck in a cost of living crisis.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't necessarily him, but it just seems so low stakes and silly for him to be kind of going on about it and us to be going on. Like, you're sort of like, oh, but I get it. I feel like it's not doing good. I feel like a lot of people would be like, fucking Albo talking about the Melons. Like,
Yeah.
what about my mortgage?
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think it plays, even though I don't think it's like a massive vote turner, but it's the kind of thing that is accessible to people who aren't even particularly interested in politics because it's got all the elements of it. You know, it's a comedy podcast. He's talking about someone's breasts. Like, it just moves beyond
It's a
the realm
sexy story.
of politics, right? Yeah, it is. And also
melons.
for people who are upset with the way politicians in general operate, which is in large part why One Nation has done so well in the last year or so.
Right.
It's another example of politician being politician, refusing to admit the obvious. No, I did nothing wrong. Like, it's have they not worked out
Do you
that
think
this is the
Pauline's
stuff
good
that
at admitting she does things wrong?
well, if she's done something wrong.
Which is never, according
Would you?
to you.
No, but I think it's just a politician doing what a politician always does.
Yeah. But
And people look at that stuff and go, like, come on,
But I
man.
feel like Albo was trying to have a go at being like
He
a
was trying to
Pauline
be,
Hanson.
he was
Yes,
trying to be like
yes.
a normal, fun guy.
Yeah, but then having
it's all
overstepped the
gone
mark,
wrong.
now refuses to say that he did
Yeah.
anything wrong.
You need to get him on your show.
People would respect the guy. If
I
he
don't think
simply-
people would respect him.
No, seriously. I reckon...
When have Australians ever respected a Prime Minister?
No, but politicians who just fess up, I think, garner far more respect than those who
Yeah,
refuse
that's
to do
true.
so.
I will say I did like when Barnaby Joyce yelled at his dog and then he was like,
Yeah,
got a
that
bit
was
cranky.
great.
Like that
Absolutely.
was, I thought
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I agree.
But then also people were talking about it being like, why are we talking about this when all of these bad things are happening?
oh, I have a lot of time for Barnaby getting mad at his dog.
Yeah.
I'm happy to
Yeah.
spend a lot of time on that.
This Albo story to me is like watching Bold and the Beautiful. Like, you cannot watch for 5 years and you'll go back and you'll be like, oh my God, are they still having the same conversation?
Yeah,
it's,
that's fair.
It's exactly like
But
that.
that's
I
why
feel
I
like
think-
you can tune out of the news cycle for 6 weeks and come back and you're like, this shit again.
But
Still
that's why
talking
he
about
should
it.
stop talking about it. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why he's still responding to it.
Yeah.
I feel like he initially responded. He's dragging it out now too. I mean, he's blaming the media, but
Yeah.
the truth is, when he came out and said the Melons thing again, then of course we have to go report on it. Like, it's a sick cycle.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a bit rich of us to be complaining about it, having
it's
been here
great.
talking
Oh, look, it's
for
creating
like 5
headlines.
minutes.
Go for it. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, shall we leave it there?
Yeah, Caleb's disappointed.
And let's see if we can talk about something other than melons next week.
Oh, yeah. Will there be a turn?
We'll try our best. What fruit
grapes,
is it this time?
perhaps.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kiwis, maybe. I rediscovered kiwi fruit.
Oh.
Do you ever
Are
rediscover
they in
fruit?
season? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. But I was like, I really like kiwi fruit.
Yeah, I do. I love fruit.
But I forgot about it. Do you ever rediscover things you've like?
Yeah.
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 It's invigorating.
Yeah. It's all alive again.